What is up, it's Eddie Neddy and welcome to another video on the channel. In this video I'm going to be testing you guys at three in real life ex-footballing players to do a manager career mode with. So the first one is going to be Miroslav Klose, who we're going to take the helm of Werder Bremen. Used to play there towards the start of his career. Another fantastic, obviously player. Had a good career there. Obviously, we all know Klose, the all-time top goal scorer in the World Cup. So he is a great talent. I think definitely do a manager, try and bring him back to the Bundesliga. He's couldn't imagine the Austrian league. Usually, obviously, Austria and the Germany are right next to each other. So usually, they kind of just, come like hand in hand. Really, we've obviously seen managers move from like Salzburg to obviously clubs like Leipzig, or you look at Nagelsmann, and stuff like that. But anyway, so I would definitely suggest doing Werder Bremen if you are doing Miroslav Klose, and maybe try and find your own youth academy regen that could potentially be that striker to replace Miroslav Klose. Also, maybe in the future, maybe try and have a look at, trying to bring in, more German young talent from your youth academy. Because obviously you don't have the biggest budget, so maybe try and use the German youth system. Maybe also try and sell some of the deadwood in the squad, some aging players. Try and bring this to more of a young German team that you could potentially try and use and try and, build up to try to become a better team. Maybe try and challenge in the Bundesliga because they are a unique side, Werder Bremen. So I would definitely look to try and do this club. Obviously, recently played in the second tier, so their squad isn't always the strongest, but it definitely does have a lot of good young German high-profile players. I think could definitely be very good for you in your career mode with Werder Bremen. Maybe also potentially look on to manage the German national team. Try and get some Werder Bremen youngsters in the German national team. They do have a lot of good young talents. And maybe try and look at old German managers, tactics that he's worked over closer. By maybe playing like a typical, 4-3-3 formation with, with Germany, or for his Bundesliga clubs that he played for. So yeah, I would definitely suggest maybe looking at a Werder Bremen career mode. You guys, is Gabriel Milito. Some of you guys might have heard of this guy. He was formerly of Barcelona, during like the 2007-2011 period when they were doing quite well. But he also spent a lot of time at second tier club Real Zaragoza. So maybe these guys could definitely be the team that you could look to try and manage. To be honest with you, I don't really know too much about this club, but this is definitely a good, young, interesting manager, an upcoming manager, which could do really well for you in and try and push into that La Liga bracket. He's Argentinian. He's recently fairly young, for a footballing manager, and I would definitely suggest doing Gabriel Milito with Real Zaragoza. Like I said, Zaragoza are a side which probably got, a good squad for the Liga Smart Bank level. It is a fairly, young squad, but then again, they do have a couple of Argentinians in the side. Obviously, you got Werder, and you also got that goalkeeper, and then you got Giuliano Simeone. So maybe potentially try and look to bring in a bit of an Argentina, youth academy, into this side. Maybe try and have a look to try and buy an expensive scout, then try and scout Argentina. Try and bring through, your own youngster, ex-Argentinian footballers as well that may played in Spain and La Liga. And maybe try and potentially try and get that Argentina manager job. But I would definitely look towards that. If you want to look at Barcelona, I would definitely suggest, not doing Barcelona just yet. But if you want to, kind of copy Barcelona, maybe try and go with like a Barcelona formation. So like a 4-2-3 holding, or or a 4-3-3, just showing that can play that Barcelona way. But I would definitely suggest Barcelona as one of your teams, to copy. But I would definitely suggest Zaragoza as the team to go, because Barcelona's a little bit of a high jump, probably wouldn't be the most realistic to go there, but maybe try and copy, you know, Barcelona in terms of like play style. Obviously, he used to play there, played about 50 games as centre back, and but Zaragoza is definitely the main club we played over 150 games for. So yeah, Zaragoza, Gabriel, Milito. Now let's move on to the final one. The next one is going to be Sahin from Turkey. So the side that I'm going to tell you to manage is going to be German third tier, Dortmund second team. Try and become that, you know, young Dortmund manager, and then try and push on to try and, you know, take maybe the reins at Borussia Dortmund. So I think you should definitely in this one look at young Bundesliga, you know, youngsters, and try and use the youth academy. That is the most important thing I think I would suggest with Sahin. Obviously, he started his career here, so I think it'd be fitting to start his managerial career. He's obviously played for a lot of clubs in real life, obviously Real Madrid. They do have a good young team, this Dortmund young side. A lot of sides you probably need to try and maybe move on because they're not realistic to keep, because these are some of the best youngsters, you know, in the game, really. So I would definitely have a look at trying to keep it realistic, as well as potentially try and get your hands on that Dortmund job. So yeah, youth academy I would definitely advise. Unfortunately, you don't have the biggest of budgets when you do start off with this, so if you're looking for other countries to scout, maybe have a look at see where, you know, Dortmund usually try and get mainly their youngsters from. Obviously you do have Germany. Maybe potentially have a look at Sahin, you know, where he came from. Maybe try and potentially look to scout wherever Turkey may be, you know, try and scout Turkey, you know, and yeah, just try and see if you can rebuild. Wait, is Turkey? Yeah, okay, Turkey's in this section. Right, yeah, okay. So try and maybe scout Turkey. Try and bring in some good Turkish youngsters. You know, try and give yourself a bit of a challenge as well. Other leagues that obviously Dortmund have produced obviously some good American talent. Produced a lot of talents around the world, we all know that. Maybe try and find your very own Erling Haaland, you know, or maybe look at England youngsters. You know, Dortmund do like their English youngsters. Obviously Sancho, Bellingham, you know, now they've got like a left mid, I can't remember his name, but he's got like two names in the one name, if that makes any sense. But yeah, they do have a really good squad, this squad. Try and maybe get them promoted, you know, to the second tier. Try and grow that Dortmund youngster. If you do want to make things a little bit more interesting, maybe have a look at the Dortmund squad, you know, and maybe have a look, see if you can bring in some players from there, you know, on like a loan, some youngsters that probably won't get a lot of game time. Maybe you look at like players like Pasalak and Kamara, you know, and this guy, you know, maybe try and look at these youngsters, try and loan them all in, try and get them all in, you know, sign them all up to the club, you know, use these youngsters, you know, and that's what I would definitely suggest maybe trying to do with this Dortmund side, because Sahin obviously came through the Dortmund Youth Academy. Well, I don't know if he came through the Dortmund Youth Academy, but he spent a lot of time. Oh, okay, so FIFA fixed this unwilling to relocate thing, okay, so that is my idea down the bin for that. But anyway, I would definitely suggest doing Dortmund with Sahin. Definitely, I think one of your best choices easily. One of your best choices easily. But yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this video on the channel, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. That would mean a lot. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully you all have a good rest of your day. And let me know if any of you guys do like any of these. Take care. See you soon. Much love.